Hello, Earthern Turbers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Ultra Challenge Edition Chaos Super Mega Ultra Mode with me, BlueAnkylo. Superstar Sega. We did a little bit grinding between episodes. The live tubers got to see it, the future tubers didn't. I was originally going to stop at level 12, because I thought that's when mages would learn level 5 magic, because I think that's what normal mages do. Sages did not. Sages, in fact, did not learn level 5 slots until they got... Holy, come on, bots, are you kidding me here? Just started an episode and the bots attack. So we didn't actually get a level 5 spell charge until our sage got to level 14. And we've only barely gotten level 4 slots on the other casters. So we really... quite limited on current tier magic, let's say, going into the Lich. And I really wanted a cast of Shelve ready for the Lich fight, because the Lich is notorious for having a bunch of elemental magic. And the Will spell, I think, will protect you from some of the status spells, but Shell is a bit better on the whole, you know, fire, ice, lightning kind of stuff. Other than that, I mean, Warp, of course, and Bolt. And I did buy the level 3 or the level 4 spells available in between, but, I mean, there's nothing to talk about there, really. We'd already decided what we were getting. As far as where we grinded, where we were grounded, I tried the Earth Elementals for a little while, but then I went up to Onrack, because you can just park your ship beside Onrack. And there were some monsters up there that we could just farm right by the town. You know, rest up in the town, go outside, fight. And we were getting like over 1,000 experience per fight, give or take, for the ones I was picking. So that was pretty good. And they gave you a lot more gold than Earth Elemental. So even though we're out of gold entirely, and I never got to buy all the cure potions I wanted, at least we had the money for the magic. So anyway, enough rambling about what we did, and let's get on to what we do. So we still have one treasure room left to go, and I'm hoping there's something amazing in there. But we need to make it there without, you know, spending too many resources. So let's try to be frugal. We did end up getting... We were at level 11 last episode, so level 14 now. That's 3 level ups. Honestly, don't think we gained all that much power out of it. I mean, some more hit points, a couple spell slots. The main thing was trying to get those level 5 slots. I'd be surprised if the team was hitting any harder now than they were last episode significantly, so. I think we worked out that Amora is close to getting another swing. 2 more level ups, I believe, at 96 hit percent. Should get another attack. David's got a long way to go before a 3rd attack. And, yeah, no one else is anywhere near it. But I'm kind of hoping that against the Lich, the Paladin with a hammer will sort of plow through it all. We can just try a normal fight. I just don't want these fights to go on for half an hour. Looks like normal knights have about 150 hit points. They're not that bad. It's just we have a hard time running away from them, so it's kind of annoying wasting high-level spells just to kill weaklings that give us very little back. But yeah, so because Lich is undead, I'm hopeful that Hammered Paladin is going to smite it good. But I haven't had a chance to test that theory yet. And I do definitely know, because I've played through this Romhack once before, that the Lich is not to be trifled with if you let them go through their spell lists. So you forgive me for grinding a little bit and being a bit extra cautious. That's all. Although, honestly, I don't think we spent too long grinding. We spent a bit of time traveling around the world. I showed the live chat a few locations that we'll go to later. They got a sneak peek. But I don't think we spent, what, maybe 20 minutes. Maybe 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. The power of emulator speed-ups just work pretty good for grinds, you know. We probably are not running from this fight. I need to hold on to some mutes. Because that's like backup strat. But we'll do one... Oh, they do start to run away now. That's nice. So maybe a couple extra level ups there will help us on save us some damage from wizards running away. Sailing and grinding. Grinding and sailing. Very nautical. No, I think we have a huge... what do they call those things? Hosts? Raids. Yes, there's a raid going on. Welcome, raiders. What was I saying? Right, try not to die on the way down, basically, and I'm a little bit... yeah. Honestly, running out of money seems to be the biggest problem at this point. I probably should have... You know what I should have not done is bought one of my spells. If I'd skipped out on Warp, we would have had 8,000 gold for Cure Potions. That would have been smart. We'll do a Holy and Run. Still not even enough to kill them. Dang. Well, okay, fine. We just get the lucky run anyway. I'll take the wasted spell slot if we get out of there. That's fine. Honestly, we're getting... Maybe actually, the real secret was getting those extra level ups increased our run chance high enough that... Can't run from these. There's just a little bit less punishing down here. Can I, let's just try to spam level 1 spells. Yeah, that's not great, but I need some slots available when we get to the Lich. Lazarus is almost dead. Technically, we have life charges, but not a whole lot to spare. Alright, and we have one treasure room we need to explore. Oh, that's right. I do kind of remember this. I'm not sure if this is even worth it. So the leather armor, I did say we'd probably find one of these. We didn't pick up any of those earlier. That's a reasonable arm... Well, wait, what's that? Literally +2? Okay, I said reasonable. It's not even reasonable. I thought it would be as good as a silver bracelet. It's not even a silver bracelet. What a ripoff, man. Okay, well, let's just see what happens if we stand here. So, I'm pretty sure you can just run away, but that's a bad fight for us. The golems are, you know, kind of notorious for being resistant to magic, and our physical hits on a stone golem would be effectively, you know, 3 hits, 3 damage against a stone golem right now. So, not a big fan of that fight, but you could remember that as a place to try a bit of experience grinding later on, maybe. We picked up something weird though, right? So this is a bind ring, and someone asked a long time ago if there was spell items like Mage Staff or Fire 2. Well, there's no Fire 2, but there is bind. I'm just gonna put it on Lazarus the Sage because you can't equip any of these things. It's a free cast of a level 1 spell that we technically have. This is an argument to not even learn Bind because you just get a ring that infinite casts it anyway. Not that Bind is all that good. Because unlike the randomizer, it can miss. I hope there's no secret rooms on this floor in the Romhack, because I'm certainly not in a mood to go exploring right now. That would be pretty clever if the developer just snuck some treasure in here, knowing that most people are just going to rush the boss. Yeah, I need to get some more cure potions, definitely. Okay, well, to be honest, we made it here in pretty good shape. Can't complain about that. We had pretty good runs, we escaped battles, we didn't get stun locked ever, so that's all good. We didn't have to use too many resources. I'm secretly putting down a save state, because even if this goes perfectly, I actually want to show you what can go wrong on this fight, because I think it's quite interesting if you let the Lich go long enough. So, is it a speed bump? Find out soon. First off, I want to see hammer damage if it's worth it. And ninja damage is probably best off. The best we're going to get is fire, probably. Comet, I believe, is dark or death element, which means probably not very good against a Lich. So we'll throw that. Let's get hasted on David. And Shell was that was the whole strat here. So Ice 1, not the worst. Haste is up. Fire 2 is off. 300 damage. David hits for over 600. Whew, that's pretty good. So we've done 1,000 damage to the Lich. It's definitely not dead. And then we're going to try... Well, I could just temper him up. That would be smart. But I'm going to go for the glory and see what happens. And also, I wanted to show off life. Yeah. Okay, that's about 1,500 damage, 2,100 damage, 2,500 damage, and silenced. It's a good thing we grinded to level freaking. Well, it's over. It's all ogre now. 3,000, so maybe 3,500. That's not as much HP as I thought. So Lich was completely stomped. He basically cast ice once and then got muted. The fact that mute can hit him honestly sounds like a bug. So let's try that again. I'm gonna make a victory save slot, and then I'm gonna show you what happens if you don't cheese this guy, because I didn't think that would work. How did that song come up again? There's 600 songs in this playlist, and we get one of the very few ones that I won't play like twice in an hour. All right, let's try this again without mute. Life is single target, only works on undead in this.
Come on, people, I want metal.
I feel like I also just maybe this is YouTube's randomizer not being very random. It just plays through the same 5 songs. Okay, so let's try to fight the Lich without that level of cheese. We'll see what happens. No mute allowed, basically. That's not fair. We still might be able to burn through him quickly enough without that, but that was not fair. Got better turn order for Shell anyway, so if he does ice, it's not gonna be too bad. 200, 500, there you go. Now you get to see the value of Shell actually kicking in, which is the whole point of the grind that we did. So no mute. We could try... Well, we can put temper. We haven't done buffing strats yet. We'll do life again just to keep showing off the undead killer. 600 damage flat every time. 900 damage crit, dang. So maybe with a paladin and haste, I mean, if the boss has about 3,000 hit points, you can still, it's not the speed bump he used to be, but you can still burn that down pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure Comet will be bad. I'm just curious how much damage it can do. Also, I wonder if there's any other status elements you can get an undead Lich with, just for interest's sake. Slowed. I didn't actually get to read that. I went too fast. Wow. Okay, this is just pathetic. Okay, look. The first time I played through this, I have to show it off because this is not how my first run went. So let's just pretend we don't have any amazing spells that always work every time. I can't believe he's just been... Like, this is crazy. It's actually a hammer, technically. Hammers are anti-undead in the Romhack. Axes, you have to have a Viking to use axes, so I don't actually know if they're... But I don't think axes have specific properties. Alright, so we're trying... Oh, I should have put Will up as well. I forgot about that last time. We killed him so quickly, we silenced him. Will gives us protection from, I think, status and stuff, but... The thing is, I want to show off his spell list here, so I'm specifically self-nerfing to an even greater extent. So he's got Fire 2, that, if we didn't have Shell up, that can hit us for like 200 to 300 damage. That's almost enough to one-shot one of my team members, basically. That's one of the reasons I wanted Shell, was to not get one-shot by Fire 2. Pulls out the blind, that one's not too bad. We can cleanse that off right away. Not like it matters, but multi-lamp. Ice again. Not too bad. So far, you're thinking this guy seems like a chump. Let's give him a couple more rounds, see what magic he gets after this. Shell, so he's now resistant to elements. That's good for him. That's smart. Took him sweet time to cast it, though. Fire 2 again. So you can only have 8 spells in your spell list if you're familiar with how FF1 works. You have a maximum of 8 total spell list spells, basically, for an enemy script. We're getting pretty close to the end of it. That's why they all cycle. Like, if you're familiar with Chaos, eventually he cycles back to Nuke and Cure 4 again after enough turns. Come on, I really don't want to kill you now that we're almost there. Here, you'll be strong against weak spells. Now he's just doing physicals. He's playing with his food. I guess we can do the old use item weight trick. There it is. So that's what happened to me the first time I fought Lich. I was getting buffed up, I was fighting him, I found out he had considerably more than 2,000 hit points. I didn't have a paladin like I did this time. And I was just chipping through his damage, chipping through his HP like 200 damage at a time. And if you let him get to Quake, everybody dies, there's nothing you can do. So in, MMO turns, he basically has an enrage timer, and you have to kill him before he casts 8 spells. Now, he could cast 8 spells, I'm pretty sure it's 8, in 8 turns. It's probably like 50-50 magic or physical kind of thing. So you might have on average, however many that is, I don't know, do some math. You probably got more turns in general. But in theory, you could have 8 turns to kill him before he wipes your party, basically, unless you're level 30 or 40 or something. So, anyway, that's why I was worried. I didn't know because I just, I wasn't paying that close attention my first time through. Clearly, if you can mute him, it doesn't really matter. Or if you can just kill him. Oh, I loaded the wrong one. If you can just kill him real quick. But, yeah, so we didn't actually need to level up as much as we did. As long as you can, I don't know what the odds are, but as long as you can get mute to land, I mean, he can't do anything. Can't be quaked if he can't mute. All right, let's get out of here. So with that, the next target will be Crescent Lake. We still don't, it's gonna be a while for magic. We did pick up a little bit of armor. Nothing that amazing. I definitely, before Volcano, we definitely need cure potions. It's not really a spoiler, but preemptive information for new players to this Romhack. Lava tiles, I think damage tiles in general do more damage compared to the original game. So let me turn on super speed here. So we're gonna need lots of healing to go through the volcano, basically. I think we've got a couple spare houses, which is nice for diving in and out. 12 softs, 18 cleanses. That's a reasonable amount of cures now. I feel much better about going in a real dungeon now. It's definitely not cheap, though. All right, garbage enemies. No Crescent Lake dock anymore. And I think we learned snakes are weak to ice. Yeah. Definitely faster to just sweep enemies out with magic than it was to try to run away from them with this party. Okay, so first time in Crescent Lake. We could have come here a little earlier, but we didn't sequence break at all. We waited till it was proper time. And this guy just gives us the canoe. And I'm pretty sure you still have to kill Lich to get the canoe. I feel like that's... I didn't test it, but I'm pretty confident. And of course we have even more stuff we could spend money on. Slightly better light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, and shields. Not that I've got any gold. And again, another tier of weapons. Now, as usual, so far this has been working out for us very well. If we just wait till we go to the next dungeon, we'll probably get a full set of all this stuff anyway and save, you know, a ton of money. There's a bunch of new magic. I don't even know if it's worth reviewing at this point, because it's going to take ages for us to be able to learn any of this. Heal 3 is just, I think we're at 200 hit points to the whole group. Chakra is self-targeting cure 4, basically. I don't know if that's... I mean, actually, on the Knight, on the Paladin, that sounds amazing. Paladin that can just cure 4 himself. That's not bad. Wall is basically ribbon for the whole group for one battle, and exit is what exit is. And then in the black, we got high damage ice elemental. Dark is single target darkness elemental. This is temper level 2, so it's a single target attack up. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but it's bigger than normal temper. And galaxy is a... I'm pretty sure time elemental. It's basically stop. It's all enemies time elemental paralyze. I'm pretty sure it's just stop. See you later, Figo. So there's some interesting level 6 magic. Unfortunately, Crescent Lake is kind of abandoned. I don't know what happened here. There's just one person. That's it. Everyone else is gone. So they ran out of memory or something. They got abandoned. So that's it. Crescent Lake is done. That's one of the reasons I didn't come here early. They all migrated to Melmond, apparently. But now that we have the canoe, there's a few things we could do. We can go to the volcano. We cannot go to Ice Cave. We could go visit the desert. Seeing as you can't get to the Ice Cave, how are you going to get your floater, you ask? Well, we could go visit the desert where there's an airship buried that we know about. We can't get to Gaia. Can't get to Mirage. We could go to this weird little island in the middle. That needs a canoe. We can go there now. We can get around the on-rack area a little bit better. We could check the Oasis. We could have done that before, but I'm trying to do things approximately in the normal order, is at least what I'm thinking. So for now, I'm going to stick to the standard route and go Volcano. Also, that's where the gear is for our current level, so it's probably fine. Do I have... I got 4 houses. Oh, I don't have any tents. I used all my tents. Okay, we haven't fought a Minotaur yet. It's a technically new enemy. Something in between a bull and a zombull, I guess. It looks like a zombull, but I bet you it's not weak to holy. But we'll find out. We might as well just blast these guys, seeing as we're just going to go back to the town in a second. I am quite happy with Bolt 3, even though we can only cast it once. Should be really nice in... yeah, it's not weak to holy. Should be really nice when we get to Sea Shrine to have a high-level lightning. Melee damage... still got a fair ways to go. Man, David can't even hit with his hammer against these guys. It's definitely no silver sword, anyway. Dang you, Crescent Lake. So we have 2 cabins. That's all we have for save items. Until I bother to go back and pick up some more. This is an ambush. killing me here. It's killing me. So... fine. It's just so much easier to travel around while you're taking these basically encounters you can't run from. If you can save state or, you know, tent abuse to get through them, it just saves you so much time. There better be tents here. Trollolol. This is fine. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like, well, if you didn't buy a bunch of tents back in Carnaria, you're never getting them again. Did they sell any in... There's a new item shop in Melmond. Even... I'd take even cabins at this point. Just anything to save. Like, honestly, tents are super cheap. There's no reason not to buy a ton of them, but... Alright. Slightly different Melmond. I feel like they just use the same shop inventory and just spread them across like 3 or 4 different shops. 3 or 4 different entrances all lead to the same shop, basically. That's how you get such a lack of variety in all of them. That's not ideal. But maybe limitations on the Romhack memory and stuff, you know. Seriously. A little bit of super speed. This is definitely gonna lose me time overall after this huge backtrack, but... Alright, we're gonna buy a whole bunch of these. Technically, we could afford 99, but I doubt I'll make it that far. We'll just sneak in a cure every now and then when I run out of money, that's good enough. We need a rule, though. Every new Romhack must have multi-buy at the item shop. After you play a randomizer with, even just buy 10 was pretty good, but especially when you can just input the exact number you want to buy at once, boy, going back to this is harsh. Okay. We're good. Hopefully that'll last us to the end of the game. 48 tents, I mean, you know, maybe. Depends if you find a cool overworld grind spot or something. You could find some T-Rexes in the, Words Blue. You know the place, the desert. The Mirage area. There's probably a name for that desert. I don't know what it is. Okay. Take one fight so we get enough money to save, and then we go to Volcano. I mean, I could just use a tent, but I want my MP back. $169 from Amora might be a new record for, you know, non-effective, like just a regular attack without haste and everything. Yeah, we're doing all right. I mean, Caribs... Pretty sure they're weak to lightning. Yeah, definitely. Well, not definitely, but maybe. Anything that's weak to lightning is kind of bait for our Bolt level 1. How much XP do we get? Not really worth it. Whole bunch of stuff I don't really care about fighting. Typically, the river systems are not really good fights to take. Not that they're super difficult generally, just low reward, I think, is the standard. Not a lot of gold or XP out here. Of course, if you can't run from them... I can't imagine they would make Ochus unrunnable. Also, another rule to take from the randomizer. If you're going to make unrunnable encounters that aren't in the vanilla game, you need the patch that changes run to wait. Because I don't know how we would ever figure it out like this. In a Romhack where you have no idea. Taking an awful lot of damage from poison. I guess that's the idea. And this is where having very few charges bite you out again. We've got a lot of characters that can cast magic, which means I spend a lot of money buying them spells. But most of them can't actually cast very many times in a row, which is kind of an interesting predicament. Like, you spend more money by having 4 mages than you would if you just had 2. And you get more burst, like you can cast more spells in a single round of combat, but you still run out of them about the same speed. Kind of interesting. So I think, let me just double check here. 299, 297. Yeah, you're taking double damage. Usually it's 1 damage per step. So the plan is probably just clear out the armory, see what we get. And I don't like red hydras much. And then we leave and save again. Hopefully we can clear this floor out. Silver armor, there we go. The first one is so usually silver armor is kind of bad, right? It's not actually really an upgrade over iron or steel. It's less absorb, slightly lower weight. But in this one, I'm betting it's gonna go up. Yeah, 50 absorb to 60. So this is like, we're at like ice armor tier defense with that. That's pretty good. We do technically have a warp charge. David should be able to, well, Zombles, dang. 400, that's 700 damage, like 800 hit points on a Zomble. It's a good thing we've got a paladin with the hammers, but that's just too much. Normally Zombles would be unrunnable, right? But I don't think they are anymore. It's just apparently we've got just bad RNG. So this is why we needed a whole bunch of cure potions. One of many reasons. I mean, if you kill them, we get levels, we get stronger. Fire, but prep strike. Studded armor. Let's see if it's worth anything. 10 absorb to 12. Wow, they really made the bracelet tier armor trash. I hadn't tested it out before, but that is unnaturally bad. Yeah, okay. I mean, you know, you know. Oops, dang it, I keep trying to go fast. Wasted my precious spells. I wonder if it would be worse just, like, hasting David against a pack of Zombles. That might be, like, the cheapest in spells. Honestly, they still don't even give us very much XP. 277 for one, like... It's weird how some enemies give you just... I mean, it's fine. I think it's part of the design of the Romhack, but there's definitely a really wide spread in, like, reward in a single zone. there's probably a group of enemies in this room that will give us like over 1,000 XP. But there's also a bunch that are worth considerably less. I mean, we should probably test out the fires. We have ice 2 on at least a couple people. They should be weak against it, although 100% sure. Yeah, they're definitely weak to it. Yeah, that's not too bad. Not quite 1,000, but not bad. Okay, and then this room is different now. I think we've got to go the long way. Should probably heal a little bit. Okay. This is the only way, maybe? Red Giant. I'm not sure I'm interested in this fight either. I think Red Giants as well might be unrunnable in the original, or at least some combination of Red Giant encounter I believe might have been unrunnable. Or maybe it was Frost Giants. One of the giants specifically I think you can't run from. I don't know why. Who knows what the original developers were thinking. We're definitely taking a lot of damage in here. Silver Sword, here we go, here we go. The armory is where it's at. Amora, 3288, up to 39. Oh, what a troll. We're 1% shy of an extra attack. That was a big upgrade though, plus 7 damage and a level earlier an extra strike. So level 15 is gonna be great. Really glad to see that. And then we have a fancier shield. We've already got enough absorb anyway, but sure. Plus 2, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Cure potion, cabin. So a bunch of junk after 2 really good chests, sure. No worm traps, a little bit of money. This might be a trap. We'll test out that new sword. You know what? We'll really test out that new sword. 3 hits, 169. Six hits, 294. Amazing. And we get a silver stick out of the deal. All right. Well, Lazarus, you're welcome. Enjoy that 5 extra damage. Somehow I doubt it's going to make a big difference. Now, I think I've got a warp charge, so we should probably use that to get out of here quicker. Because these fights are kind of trash. Yeah, I'm still... As much as it took a while to do the extra grind, and then the Lich was a complete pushover after all due to spell hacks, I'm still very glad we have stuff like Warp available now, because... You know. 2 defense... I mean, if you're at the point where 2 defense saves your life, I've already made a lot of mistakes. I feel like, the chance of 2 absorb saving anybody is pretty slim. Okay, so we got a bunch of fire floors, unless something's been shuffled, which would be interesting, but I kind of doubt it. And then remember, we're taking like double damage from these, so we need to be on top of our healing a little bit more than normal. So burn through those cure potions. Usually you go down and then left, but the maze got tweaked a little bit. And that's a dead end now. I could just show you the direct route, seeing as I've done this once before, but I mean that's no fun, right? Gotta show off the actual Romhack changes. So there's lots of fire. I don't know. I expect the fire tiles with no encounters, even at double damage, are still better for, like, overall resource use. Assuming you're not backing and forth for no good reason. I know certainly with speedruns and randomizers, especially speedruns, well, speedruns in general, but typically in randomizers, you just walk on every single fire tile that you just don't care about the damage because it's better to not have random encounters. Whiz ogres. So really at this point, I'm pretty sure there's a teleport out on the bottom of this floor. We're probably not going to try to fight Carrie this time around, unless we're feeling really confident. There's definitely going to be a fight in this next step, 100%. That's pretty scary. As far as I know in this hack, red dragons are always unrunnable. Or dragons are unrunnable as a rule. So... we just try to ice 2 out the fires. So, we're gonna get burned. I wonder if you can mute a dragon. I've only got the 1 shell, unfortunately, which I think I have to put up or else we get infernoed out. So we got a good turn order on the shell. We did not mute the dragon. Finally, something that resists being muted. I'll try one more time. Okay, we got the fires out of the way. There's the Inferno. So if I hadn't put my my shell on, that would have been, well, probably more like 150 to 200 damage, I think, to the group. So then how are we killing this thing? We could test out arrow, maybe. Could try to get it poisoned? We've got a couple ice spells left, but I'd like to save a life. Okay, slow, so I don't know how many attacks it normally gets, but now it gets 1. And poisoned, I mean, you know, we might not have got mute on it, but we got some of the other ones. Yeah, there's definitely a disadvantage of having haste and life on the same slot. Oh, good. The YouTube bots are at it again. They, you'd think YouTube, if they wanted their streaming platform to compete with Twitch, they would spend more on not letting, you know, complete spam triple X, because yeah, they just keep going. I might have to invest in my own bot. I mean, the BlueAnkylo bot catches them sometimes, but yeah, I gotta figure some way out to deal with that. Well, so we poisoned the red dragon, so the cremate, that's pretty bad too. Like, it's on a timer. Yeah, the poison killed it. It takes 10% of its life every turn, so once you've got it poisoned, it, you know, you just have to hold out for a couple turns. Silver axe. Well, unfortunately, that's just money for us in this group. But we did get a level up. David's still a fairly long way away from another swing, but that's a swing for Amora. And we've still not unlocked level 5 slots for anyone but Lazarus. Okay. We're learning lots of things today about when rangers learn spells. Rogues. I wonder if these guys are worth it for the gold like a Kaizoku. So like this is a new enemy. I don't really know how strong they'll be. You'd think it would be a nice, definitely would be a good design option to make, you know, if pirates in Kaizoku are known for dropping a lot of gold, then keeping it consistent with newly added enemies to also have a similar kind of style, that would be good design. Still took quite a few turns of magic though. Lucky swing though. Yeah, look at that. 2,500 gold from one battle. That's definitely consistent. Cool. That's 10 cure potions. Alright, we got a silver shirt, or silver chain, I suppose. So that's for Melior specifically. That gets us from 20 to 25. I suppose we could put Melior in slot 2. I don't know. 12 absorb with a, you know, infinity evade versus 25 absorb, but half of that evade, half of infinity is still pretty good. I usually just sort my team by how high their absorb is, but it's different when you've got a high evade character kind of messing it up. Ah, okay, so that's the exit. I wonder if this chest is going to be guarded by another dragon boss. And if it is, can we kill it? We're out of ice 2s. No, we got 2 more. But I don't have any more shells. See, that's the thing. Because of our very, very limited spell slots right now, I'm making a quick save here because if it's a red dragon that we can't run from, it might just be a straight game over. There's one. I mean, ice one's not really even worth it, I don't think. Try arrow. Arrow's supposed to work on flyers, but I don't think dragons count as flyers. And then again, we could try to get him poisoned. Comet might work. Although really it was the mute that I wanted to go for. Because he seemed to have a lot of hit points. Like one comet is not going to win us this fight. 93 is pretty garbage. Mute didn't work. So Infernal hitting everyone for around 100. Not as bad as I thought. Still not great. Guess we'll try the Comet. We're out of mutes anyway, so. Maybe we can just burn him down? But, I mean, this is only because we've got some heals stacked up, I guess. And, you know, we're gonna run out of those pretty fast. Try a bolt? I don't know. Looks like the dragon resists lightning. I mean, to be honest, I'm not taking as much damage from fire as I thought we would. So I think I was thinking of the vanilla skills in the, you know, the unpatched ROM. And they're not hitting quite as bad as they would normally. I don't think I tried to poison him. I should have done that. Yeah, slow him if he's gonna bite us anyway. Ah, there's the one that hits hard. So Cremate, usually it was the other way around. I feel like Cremate was the medium damage fire skill. And then Infernal was the really high damage fire skill. And then like Heat, a couple other ones were like the really low damage fire skills. So we're in a bad shape now after that Cremate. Real bad. I guess try to put him to sleep, because if he does it again, we're dead. Not much else I can do here. Okay, we got him. Whew. That was pretty close. We do get a nice weapon upgrade out of it. 2754, assuming we don't immediately die here. Plus 6 damage, plus 7 to hit, and 3 hits, or 3% away from another hit on David. So that's a respectable upgrade if we manage to not die. But usually those teleporters are guarded, and if there's another fire dragon there, then, well, that's it. But, like, I don't know how else we could get out of here at this point. If we can't take the teleporter, I think we're dead anyway. We don't have a lot of spells left. We really don't. Just don't be another red dragon. This is fine. We could run from it. But I think we can win this fight without any real risk anyway. Maybe. Do I go for the... They only do physical attacks, so if they get blinded, that's good. Yeah, we'll try to lower the damage we take. We blinded the elementals. Amazing. They didn't get slowed though, so I didn't get everything. We could try to put them to sleep. I mean, what else are my mages gonna do, right? Slow didn't work. We could up our armor. I very rarely do these buffs, but they do help, certainly. I'm just glad that our damage dealers like Amor are now able to actually sort of get us through these fights when we run out of magic. This was definitely a problem not very long ago, where if we couldn't kill them with magic, you know, we were doing like 10 or 20 damage a hit. It's just gonna take forever to kill them with weapons. But this is starting to feel a little bit better here. Getting upwards into the hundreds. Heck, even Melior there for 100 damage. Look at that. All right, we're free. We're safe. Good dive. 30,000 gold. Silver hammer, silver sword, silver staff. Silver armor, silver shield. Silver chain. We didn't get any of the cloth armors. There's going to be more treasure on the bottom floor, but we almost made it to the bottom floor. We did get 1 level up. I think we want to restock our cure potions and then try to finish that place off. So tent and just back to that place. You know, that town that's in some kind of lake, maybe in some kind of shape of a moon, probably like Moon Villa. Friggin' ambushes. You get kind of used to if you run, especially like if you've ever played the FF1 randomizer with the buffed thief flags where they get I don't know, like 200 agility or something insane. Running with one of those as your party lead, you get so spoiled by almost never being ambushed. It's great. And like the run chances are almost 100% or something crazy. Like, definitely makes bringing a thief feel like less of a burden like it used to be. You can give them double hit rate growth and something as well, like 4% hit rate growth, so they get tons of swings. Lots of fun stuff in the randomizer. And there's definitely a time in the encounter table where you just get attack, attack, attack constantly. Alright, you know what? I think it'll be faster. I don't trust the runs. We're almost at town. Let's just bolt through and we should be okay. Works on everything that's not an Ochu. And that's what fire's for. So one thing that's another slight downer about this Romhack. As far as I know, and I know this is going to be hard to hear, there are no ribbons in this one. The ribbons got cut for some reason. Maybe they were too overpowered. Maybe one of the developers just didn't like wearing ribbons. Either way, we have to make do without having elemental and status resistance. Okay, so before I know how much money I have, we should sell our excess gear. Goodbye, steel. Goodbye, silk. Oh, that's right. I have that bind ring that I've never used. You can't blame me on that. It's probably the worst ring. Alright, silver axe is a pretty good profit. Nice, nice. Yeah, we're getting to the point where our weapons are starting to look pretty impressive. Yeah, I could buy another silver sword, but I don't think it's really worth it. Even if it would help Melior out a little bit. I mean, I think it would take him to like 33 damage, but he'd still have 2 swings, so he's not getting a whole lot of value out of it compared to someone who's getting 4 swings a turn. Or he's half as much value, basically. We're not going to get level 6 magic for who knows how long. Stacked up on cures. Could buy a few more cleanses, I suppose. It'd be nice to have a little bit of money stockpiled. A little bit of money in the bank. I haven't been turned to stone as much as I was expecting either. I guess usually the volcano is full of paralisks. So it's not really stone, it's just straight death. I'll buy a couple houses. Definitely nice to have a few of these. Now that we're able to afford them. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we can go kill, Carrie? Maybe? Hey there, Huzzle. Well, we're already an hour in. Might want to end the episode. Well, it's definitely going to take more than 3 minutes to get to the bottom of the volcano. So for the future tubers, we'll cut the episode here. I'll just travel back to the volcano off camera. And next episode, we will, well, we need to dive to the bottom of the volcano and finish the looting. The problem is, well, technically we have 2 shells now. But fighting the red dragon, it's like mandatory to put shell up. So if we have too many of those trap tiles red dragons, it's not going to last very long. On the other hand, Carrie herself generally doesn't do a lot of magic, or like I think she probably has fire too or something normally, but she usually just punches you 6 times with her fancy swords. So we might be able to go kill her. Especially if you can just cheese some more spells, like blinding and... Actually, to be fair, of any fiend that should be susceptible to status, it actually should be Carrie. Because she is traditionally weak against status effects. Like, well, in vanilla, not a whole lot works, but you can confuse her. And I think you can get her with hold. Most of the status spells are bugged in the base game. But maybe we'll try some of those off. Get her slowed. Instead of 6 attacks, 1 attack. That'd be pretty safe. Maybe we'll be fine. Alright, folks. See you guys next episode.